van just rolled over to 242,000. We're out here in Michigan, hitting some landmines like usual. Currently on my way to pick up a aftermarket radio for this thing. So there's someone on the old Zuckerbucks marketplace selling a Sony Bluetooth unit for like 10 bucks. So that'll be a good addition to replace this thing. So I believe it's also the speakers that are, you know, clapped out too. Ordered a replacement dash kit for this on Amazon. Links are in the description. If you have a GM vehicle from 2006 to 2014, this should help you out. And then I also have some door speakers that are going in with the door speaker adapters. So we'll try to bust open these door panels today. Hopefully it won't be anything too adventurous. It's a really hot one here in Michigan, and I really don't want to be working too hard. I just want to be chilling, you know what I'm saying? So I'll link up with you guys after I get this radio and once we're about to do the install. And look at that, just got me a Bluetooth unit, 10 bucks. Have not verified that it works, but I'm hoping it does. And let's just keep our day chugging along. So on my errands and stuff, dang, this dude's sleeping. Come on, brother. Come on, get off the phone. Like, even I can record and drive. Like, come on now. So
in 1.8 miles, keep right onto Coolidge Highway.
Yeah, so on my rounds, I found some old cameras for sale on Craigslist. So I got two of these cool old Canon Sure Shots for my wife and I. So one of them's a little bit newer and the other one's a little bit older. They both shoot 35 millimeter, which is kind of cool. But yeah, two of these things for like 15 bucks total. That's yeah, it's quite the deal. So I'd be curious to see how these things look compared to some of the other film cameras that we have. But it'll be fun that, you know, we could both shoot at the same time. All right, now to go drop off some film to get developed, and then we do work on the van. Cruising down John R to get my windows tinted in this thing, so the front two and the back two. So I've used this place before, highly recommend them if you're in the southeast Michigan area. Sam's Tint and Accessories. I've tinted probably 4 cars for me now. Very excellent prices, great warranty. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Wow, look at that. That's perfect. Nice and dark, there's no way you can see in there. Yeah. So you can still see a little bit because I want it to be able to back up without being completely in the dark. But yeah, 160 bucks, well spent. So already having tints is, yeah, if you've had tints, you know what's up. So much better than driving in a fishbowl. So I think I'm gonna take part of these racks out, the lower pieces, just so I stop hitting myself on them every time I have to move large objects in and out. Depending on the weather and stuff, might start to tackle that radio. A juicy day here in Michigan. I was planning on doing some van stuff. Realistically, I don't think that's gonna happen. But holy cow, is this thing loud. With all this rain. So I might go to my parents', load up, grab my soldering kit, an inverter, and a few other things to start putting in that new used radio. It's nice with the soldering kit. I can just do all that inside the van, which would be nice. So even if it's raining, I can just leave everything in here and kind of take my time putting those two harnesses together. All right, today I am going to remove these things. I'm going to leave these ones that are welded still in place, but these ones I keep hitting myself on them. They're also at inconsistent heights, so I'm going to zip these things loose really quick. Hopefully it doesn't give me too much trouble. It should just be a lock nut on top of a nut, and that's about it. So I'm going to try to see if my ratcheting wrenches will fit over the top, because I don't know if I can get a electric ratchet over that.
Bottom van, off the lot, all it had was a plot. Gonna give it real flair, make them stop and stare. Leather seats all around, new rims spinning round, speakers booming with sound, custom paint hitting the ground. Pin my van, watch it shine, rolling down the block so fine. Don't need a ride so grand when I'm cruising in my pimped out van. LED lights on the side, dream ride, so fly. TV screens inside, watch the envy in their eyes. Turn heads.
That's done. Time to do the door speakers. First, you got to pop off this exterior part, then this doodad, and then the crank window lever, and then this whole panel should just snap out. Put you all on the tripod and attempt this. That was very abrupt. I guess I somehow did not break anything, but yeah, this piece is out. Okay, that looks like it makes sense. I'm gonna get a little hook tool to try to get this thing out. So I'm gonna try either of these. I think I'm gonna try this one first. I see. All right, I'm gonna switch to this one. So it looks like there's like a little snap ring deal that grabs around and holds the actual shaft. So I think I'm just gonna try to pull that downwards. I still can't see it too well, but it looks like there is something. Nope. Yep, that's it. Just how do you... Okay, here, I'll show you guys what that looks like. Surprised that pin didn't go completely flying. So here's what that little clasp looks like. So this is directly opposite of the lever. So you can see it's got these two little grooves in there. And this gets pushed and then grabs on that little shaft. So yeah, you install this and pull it down from the bottom part of the dial. Pretty straightforward, I guess. And now it just looks like it's It's this panel, which should be a few screws. And then I should be able to just lift this thing off. Okay, got my other trim piece. So then these big ones, those are your main door card screws. So it appears there's only 2 of them. And this piece should pop out. Graceful. And then this whole thing should come out now. So I'm gonna take those off. Those are for my kick plate. I'm just gonna put this up there. And then I should just be able to go up and out with this. Maybe not. Yeah, so this just goes out. Come on. Whoa. Come on. There we go. Come on. Come on. Okay. And we didn't break anything. So all that noise are these little clips, these pop clips right here. So that definitely makes me happy. And I guess that's how you take your door off of your Chevy van. Part of my concern is these speakers. So I do have replacements, but I didn't know I could run the factory mounts. So I got some aftermarket ones because I was under the assumption you needed those, but I guess I don't. So I'm gonna zip these screws out and see if that other driver works, but this thing's feeling really wet and sloppy. So if you guys are trying to pop your door speakers out of your cargo van, this is a 7 mil. Okay, so there's water in the bottom of that, which is concerning. I wonder if that was from all the rain we just got, or if that's something else. So I might actually put a small hole in the bottom of that. Theoretically, that would impact sound quality, but I also don't want to put new speakers in here and have them get all juiced out. Just to make me feel better. And just like that, you can see it draining. Here's a little side-by-side comparison of the new ones versus the old ones. It's probably a horrible angle with bad lighting, but you get the drip. All right, positive, positive, negative to negative. All right, I get static. Let's turn it up a little bit louder. Dang, it's really starting to rain again. Yep, that's what we want. Cool. So I'm gonna go touch these leads up. Probably hit them with a soldering iron just so it looks good. And then in these go. Just gonna hit these leads with a quick solder. I'm not proud of that solder job at all. It is my worst soldering iron. For some reason, I could not find any of my others. Time to throw this one into the truck and start the driver's side. Screw holes on the original speaker mounts don't exactly line up with these speakers. Neither do the aftermarket ones, which I was really surprised about. So I'm just gonna really gently try to get this thing to stay. Yeah, that seems good enough. And look at that, we got audio. Then pop this door panel back on. It's pretty straightforward. So you just repeat that process in reverse. So you drape the top so it lines up in this crack. And then from here, you have all those snap clips that you want to pop into place. So that is in fact in. Just kind of push them all back in. Or not. I guess that's it. This piece. So we got trim tabs both sides, okay. Of course, goes like that. This one back up by the window. So it just goes down in. Oh, got my screws in there. Now the large door card securing screws. These are the most important. These are what holds basically the handle in place and makes that feel firm. It's good. Throw this one back in there. And the final piece. So it looks like that just goes straight back. Oh, I did break something. Top of that portion. I mean, feels solid. So this is probably gonna be the most challenging to get this thing into place and to push this clip in. So I'm gonna start with it aimed down. And then, or do I want to get it started here? Yeah, I guess you're able to ever so slightly get this thing started going in. Oops, too far. So I'm gonna try to see if I can cheat it a little bit. So just like this, and then just quickly pop it with the screwdriver and see if I can get that in. Screwdriver is definitely the wrong tool. And we're in. Sweet, so this door's done, and I'm gonna repeat this exact same process for the driver's side. It's the exact same thing, it's just flipped. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll join you guys once I'm completed with doing that side, and then it's time for the radio. All right, for the radio, what you gotta do is remove your kick plates down there, and then more or less, once those are unbolted, you can just pull this whole thing up and off. So it's a little tricky. There's been a lot of traffic recently, and so I might have to put you guys over here. Now it looks like I gotta put the Prindle all the way down to get this thing out.
Chrome edges catching light, windows tinted just right. It's my pride, my delight. Engines roaring real loud, makes me stand out in the crowd. Turbo boost, gotta try. Asphalt burning goodbye. In my van, watch it shine. Rolling down the block so fine. Don't need a ride so grand when I'm cruising in my pimp out van. LED lights on the side, dream ride, so fly.
Sweet. Now I can have the door open and then we'll zoom.
Screens inside.
So I will link the Scosche stereo install kit that you guys do have on these vehicles. I think it was like something bucks. Very reasonable. Also came with the wiring for that.
It's my pride, my delight. Turn heads as I roll by. Chrome edges catching light. TV slings and this right. It's my pride, my delight. Engines roaring real loud, makes me stand out in the crowd.
Here she is. Yeah, this looks kind of crazy. It's really not that bad.
Burning goodbye.
So now I gotta plug this into the car's factory harness, and I also have to run my RCA wires for the subwoofer that is gonna go in this thing. Yes, the van is gonna have a system. Super excited. So to kind of save you guys some of the pain, I'm gonna do some of the routing off camera, and I'll meet you when it's time to actually plug in the head unit and tighten that up. All right, so it's in. The volume knob kind of sucks, so I'm not sure if there's anything I can do to clean that or whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna go put these bolts in, put this thing on, and then radio is done. So it seems like it's mounted low, which unfortunately that's the only way it actually goes in. So I'm gonna deal with that later, because this is starting to get late and I kind of want to go home and have dinner. So I'm gonna go clean this up, wash my hands. All right, it's the next day. I did notice something weird with the radio. It wasn't turning on. I was like, huh, was I sold a busted used radio, or was something else up with it? So come to find out, I have to have my lights on for this thing to be powered. So I must have gotten some of my wires crossed. I'll probably update that in the next few days. I guess when I was using my multimeter, the lights were on for the car, so I guess that may have been the illumination function for the radio. You know how like when it's dark out and you have your lights on, the radio and your interior lights more or less turn on for all your buttons and dials and things. And sure enough, that's what I must have grabbed. But at least it works. Actually sounds pretty decent with the tuning with the two speakers. Definitely needs tweeters. Probably going to add those in the next video, and then do the amp install under the passenger or driver's seat and get all that hooked up.